Hello Ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to a Horizon Forbidden West video today. A brand new devlog out detailing pretty much the tribes, NPCs, how it's all going to fit together with pretty much interviews with a bunch of the devs giving sound bites. I'm going to paraphrase quite a bit from it as it's quite a wordy, lengthy blog, and this is about the fourth one I've done in just over a month, so it's great to see more info come in. I will be covering this game massively going forward. Really enjoyed Valhalla last year and enjoyed Biomutant as well as Skyrim recently, so yeah, I'm all over this. So let's get onto it. An authentic world, exploring some of the locations a little bit from the point of view of the developers and talking more about the NPCs and trying to cultivate a more breathable, livable world than maybe the first game offered. First part of this blog talks about the settlements and how Nora's land, the tribe, come from the Sacred Land, and so they live in a place that's cut off from all communication from a lot of the outside world, and so they're a little bit not as technology advanced as some of the other tribes. Food and resources are gathered through hunting more, and so that means there's plenty of furs and skins lying all over the place. So pretty much a more primitive way of life. The second part, they speak to Espen Sogan, the lead living world designer at Guerrilla, and they talk about how they wanted everything in the game to feel like it really belongs there, a living world, with a big focus on making sure that the tribes you encounter, the conflicts, their story, the way that you interact with them and the way they interact with the world around them, it's all going to gel together. The technica, for instance, many of their beliefs are influenced by the ancient ruins of the Forbidden West, and unlike other tribes, they're comprised of three distinct clans. Their shared histories, convictions, disputes, all of that is important to developing the characters that Aloy will meet on her journey. Espen goes on to say that the Tanakaf are known to be competitive and combat focused, but so are the other tribes. So how do you distinguish them? Well, I've said it's about the details, the animations and the behaviours. Within the settlements, you're going to see the Tanakaf pretty much pumping iron, working out, readying themselves for battle. They're going to be younger because they need to be more capable warriors, and their base is an ancient ruin which they've picked old world gestures that they may not fully understand, like a military salute to say hello. The next focus is on the Utaru, who are an agrarian society that's connected to the land around them. Once the tribe is in game and the living world team has done their magic, you're walking around the Utaru's fields, interacting with them, and you think, whoa, they nailed it, now this tribe feels real. And this comes from Annie Catane, a senior writer at Guerrilla. So the rest of the article pinpoints some details about the crowds and how they're going to be maybe influenced a little bit by like games like Hitman, where every non-combat NPC will be part of the crowd system. They'll have reactions, walking paths and animations. They'll also have an attitude system which gives them basically a personality. The third example they give here is of the Oseram, are a social and historically patriarchal tribe, so their animations are more about shoulder punches and high fives. The Utaru on the other hand are laid back, so they'll often sit together and be a bit more touchy-feely. As the player moves around, these are potentially subconscious hints that will help you visualise where in the world you are. Even relating to showing how different these are in the way they carry water. The strong Tenakaf will carry it on their shoulders, the peaceful Utaru will hug it closely, and the crafty Oseram will carry it with their hands. So one of the first places we're going to be visiting is Chainscape, and this is part of the Oseram tribe or outpost settlement. It's on the border, it's got lots of natural resources, and adventures and risks will abound. The rest of the paragraph goes on to say that the tenants here have come here for many reasons: to flee problems back home in the claim, to make new quick shards, or to embrace a dream, or the thrill of exploration. And it kind of gives me that vibe of, yes, somewhere like Tatooine, maybe not filled with complete rogues and criminals, but definitely somewhere a little bit more exotic, a little bit more traderish. It's got a bar, and Aloy will meet a bunch of new characters. Go on to say that in Horizon Zero Dawn there was lots of things in the background like the assets that were pretty much just textures, but in Forbidden West they're not, they've actually got actual proper life to them. They're going to be used by people in game. When you first saw a person stand in front of a forge, they will now actively engage with what's around them, moving materials, leaning on walls, drinking from cups, talking to friends, and just getting on with their daily lives. Next part of the article talks about progression and how balance is a leading focus for them, and that using these settlements is a big part of that. They basically want the balance to be that you can get a decent set of gear that feels good for you in combat, it's going to be powerful enough to tackle all the challenges over the course of the game, and it's going to have an ecosystem that rewards the player for engaging deeply with the whole world of Horizon Forbidden West. But if you're someone that just wants to get through the story a little bit more quicker, then it's still going to be friendly for you, focusing on that core narrative. We wanted the towns and villages across Forbidden West to feel lived in, vibrant and useful, continues Stephen. In each settlement across the world you'll find opportunities for adventure. They're filled with merchants and vendors, stitchers who can sell Aloy powerful and beautiful new outfits in exchange for shards and machine parts, hunters who offer an array of tactical new weaponry, like herbalists who sell potent potions that Aloy is differently strong enough to handle, and cooks who prepare invigorating meals that Aloy can carry with her for a boost. I also said that for the narrative team it was important that, like a hunter from the Oseram tribe, might act more like a blacksmith, forging weapons for hunters to use in the wilds, whereas the technica hunter functions more like a quartermaster, ensuring that their clan's warriors are armed for battle. The article references a Oseram cook who you're going to meet in one of the early settlements, who has a buoyant personality, puts a lot of emphasis in how the food tastes. Later you're going to need a stern technica cook who mainly focuses on how well fed a warrior is better prepared for battle. Now explaining a little bit more about how weapons and progression fits into that in terms of skills. Effectively, the weapons, which I've spoke about a little bit in more detail in previous blogs, you will be able to carry up to 6 weapons at the same time now, along with the trusty spear. Each weapon will have extra perks to make them even more specialised. Your outfits are going to carry on providing resistance to different types of damage, but they also stack bonuses on top of Aloy's skills in the skill tree. With the right outfit boosting the right skills, the sky's the limit. Plus you can swap weapons and outfits on the fly, so you can change your approach at any time. Hunters from the Nora are going to tend to favour ranged combat and stealthy hunting. Karja excel at the use of traps and tripwires. The boisterous Oseram love fighting up close and personal with a hammer, and the Tenakaf and Utaru have their own preferences as well. The outfits Aloy can acquire from each culture tend to reflect and support these unique approaches to combat. So here we get to see a little bit of the braces for Aloy, and just showing the wear and tear on certain items, scratches on the metal parts and the worn leather. So during their first gameplay reveal trailer, they mentioned something called workbenches, which you'll be able to find all over the world. Aloy can forge the machine parts she's harvested into her weapons and outfits, upgrading them to be even stronger. As you travel the Forbidden West, take note of machines that have visible horns, claws, tusks or tails. While early upgrades may need a bit of braided wire or sturdy hardplate, if you want extra mod slots, the strongest perks or the biggest resistances, you want to make sure you shoot off the Tremosk tusks parts before you take it down. So I like the idea that yes, it will be more about getting these parts and really not just bashing at every creature you see, but really trying to pick off certain things from them if you want to upgrade the best weapons or get the best armor sets. I guess that's not too dissimilar from the first game, but it sounds like it's going to be even more of a focus in the sequel. Whether from down machines or animals Aloy is hunted in her travels, plants she's harvested, or even rare crystalline growths called greenshine that can be discovered around the world, every resource she comes across will be valuable in some capacity. More advanced upgrades will require resources from specific machines, and Aloy's focus can help her scan the machine, identify key resources and tag them for easy tracking. If you're even short on supply, merchants will happily take valuables to sell off your hands, and if you need even more, external machine parts can be harvested and sold for a fair price. A consummate crafter, Aloy can use animal skins and bones to sew new pouches and quiver upgrades, letting her carry more ammunition or resources with her in the field. All these systems reward Aloy for exploring the world even as she travels deeper into the Forbidden West. And then the rest of this wordy blog, which I'll leave the link to in the comment section, is just pretty much saying how proud they are, how the teams have come together to pretty much make this experience. With all the detail going into the daily lives of all the people, the NPCs talking and singing on corners and children playing tag outside. They really hope that players will take a moment to watch the environment and feel what's going on around them. So there we go, that is the latest devlog. I will be going forwards covering every bit of Horizon Forbidden West news I can get hold of, letting you guys know what to expect with the game's release. And as I said, my big focus on release will be lots of guides and showing you how to get and achieve things. Until then, check out the rest of my content, open world, survival and news, and I'll see you later.